Hi guys, welcome to my channel about science for GCSE. Now, the first video we're going to make is going to be about animal cells. We're going to start off with what we did at Key Stage 3 and then we're going to slowly work through the Key Stage 4 content until we get to the end of it. This should take us about 5 to 7 minutes at the most. So stay tuned. Now this is what we did at Key Stage 3 with an animal cell. Pause this video and have a go, if you like, at labelling these and see what you can remember from Key Stage 3. I'm going to presume that you paused, had a go at that and unpaused, and I'm going to start telling you the answers. So give yourself a tick if you put nucleus here. Give yourself a tick if you put cell membrane. And give yourself an extra tick, because this is the one that everybody always gets stuck on, if you put cytoplasm. Remember, this is an animal cell. As far as we know at this point, it's only got these 3 things in it. Now for GCSE, we need to know a few more things, because cells are a little bit more complicated than that. It seems a bit weird, doesn't it, that it might only have these 3 things. There's a few extra things. So we're also going to need to know about these, and we're going to need to know about these, both of which are floating around in the cytoplasm. Let's give them their own little labels. And on top of that, we're going to need to know about an extra thing that is inside the nucleus that we need to know about for GCSE. That one's a little bit easier. So I'm going to get labelling these. This one is ribosomes. So the next one over here is my favourite. It's the mitochondria. Isn't that a beautiful word? Mitochondria. It sounds mighty. And then I'm just going to come around here and write in this one. Because inside the nucleus it's too small to be able to see, even when it's blown up like this, because these are really tiny. Chromosomes. Another beautiful science word there. Right, let's go through what all these things are. So let's start with the 3 things that we should already have learnt a little bit about at Key Stage 3 and see. I mean, you can hit pause if you want and see if you can write in what all of these are, especially if you're in the revision phase. If you're totally stuck, just watch it through and just follow along with what we're doing. So the nucleus is the brains of the operation. The nucleus controls everything else that goes on in the cell. All these other bits have very important jobs to do, and they all control other parts of the cell, and they have specific bits, but the nucleus is the one that makes sure that they're all doing it right. So it controls the whole cell. It's like the big boss. Cell membrane decides what gets let in and out, so it controls access. So for example, if there was a water molecule here trying to gain access, the cell membrane can either let it in, or it can say, nope, we don't want any water, go away. And it'll do that depending on whether the cell actually needs any water or not. It won't just randomly turn away water if it needs water. Well, unless you're ill. No, we're going to use that one last. Cytoplasm. Doesn't it sound so modern? So sciencey. It's a very sciencey word, isn't it? Cytoplasm. Okay, the cytoplasm controls the chemical reactions in the cell. Now we're on to the new ones. Chromosomes. You might remember doing about reproduction in Key Stage 3. You might have already covered it at Key Stage 4. It depends when you do this compared to when you did that. You can pause this if you want to have a think about the answer. Can you remember how many pairs of chromosomes there are in a normal animal cell? Give yourself a big tick if you said there are 23 pairs, or if you said that there were 46 individual chromosomes. The only exception to this is in people with Down syndrome who have 47. So there's 23 pairs of chromosomes in a normal animal cell, and they control the features. And they should be half and half, the same as your parents. Ribosomes then. Oh, it sounds like chromosomes, doesn't it? But what actually happens in ribosomes has got a totally different job. That's where protein gets made. It's really important that protein is what you need for most of the things in your body, like in terms of growth and regeneration and renewal, and what you need is loads of protein, and the ribosomes are what make that happen. That leaves us with one last one then. Mitochondria. Respiration happens here. What does that mean? Well, if you think back to key stage 3, to the respiration equation, if you can remember it, I know you've slept since then, quite a few times hopefully. So basically this is where the energy in your food gets released so that it can give you actual energy. So instead of being stored energy, it's more usable energy. So we're going to say it converts energy. Why are we saying it converts it? Because energy cannot be made or destroyed. There's quite a few diagrams on the internet on revision sites telling you that it makes energy. We know that can't happen because of the fundamental laws of physics. That is everything that you need to know for your GCSE about animal cells. There's a few more things you need to know about cells, and there's a few individually different animal cells, but that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Look out for my next video on plant cells. Cheers, bye.